Can we talk about the new Game of Thrones series, A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms? Because after the first episode, this might end up being my favorite one. Because even though this is a Game of Thrones series, this is the first time that Game of Thrones actually felt like a fairy tale. It follows the story of one of the lowest knights you'll ever meet in the Seven Kingdoms named Sir Duncan the Tall. And the series doesn't start in the typical way you would expect a Game of Thrones series to start. As the iconic larger-than-life Game of Thrones theme song kicks into gear as he decides to follow his supposed destiny, the very next scene is him taking a crap under the tree as the music cuts out. And that stink quite literally follows him everywhere. He's not some great knight yet, but he will get there. He just has to shovel some shit first. Where both Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon introduced us and reintroduced us to a very brutal world that these characters inhabit, Knight of the Seven Kingdoms introduces us to a character racked with self-doubt and none of that brutality. I mean, the episode begins and ends with Sir Duncan the Tall laying under a tree looking up at the stars. This isn't a struggle for power, it's not about wealth, it's simply about a man seeing if he can go the distance. Sir Duncan the Tall is Rocky. This is an underdog story. In the world of Game of Thrones, we are trained to think that the good characters don't last long, and if they do, a grim fate is waiting for them, but this show gives us a good character with a great moral compass and something to root for in him. And that is extremely rare in a Game of Thrones show. And I'm sure the blood and carnage is coming, but this was the perfect way to let us know what we're getting into in a new Game of Thrones story.